all around the world. We're told that the great struggle is going on across Ukraine and in Europe for democracy and freedom. But wherever we have got the opportunity to do something, we have an absolute moral obligation to get involved, because there is one other thing that links Vladimir and Alaa. They are both British citizens, and therefore they need the protection and the help of the British state, and for reasons that I don't entirely understand at the moment, and I don't want to be conspiratorial about it. It's quite often the case that British embassies around the world are not providing quite the support and attention and the consulates that we need in these cases. Now, we're going to start our conversation in a moment. The other thing that's really important for me to say is Alaa is clearly a very, very important, probably the most important activist and pro-democracy campaigner in his region, and he's also a very, very fine writer. I am a devotee and indeed a collector of good political books, and I like them to be beautifully produced. And without saying any more, this is a very, very beautifully produced. You have not yet been defeated, and it's a gorgeous book. So I encourage you, if you possibly can afterwards, to go and buy a copy. They're on sale right at the back, and well worth it. So thank you very much indeed. Right, well, we're going to hear Sana reading something from this book, and then any questions you might have. Thank you very much, Sana.
Thinking between two pieces. Okay. So I would say the book is I think it would be interesting for an English reader, not just because of I think the way Alaa faces our defeat as a movement is very bold. He thinks there is value in facing it, in understanding the moment of possibility back in 2011, and in facing the defeat. And therefore, I think it could be very inspiring. You could learn something from our story as someone who have not yet been defeated, who comes from a different context. So, given that, I'll read from a piece that's called a Portrait of an Activist Outside of His Prison, that was written in March 2017. It was leaked from inside prison. I read the last bit. It's over, we have been defeated, and meaning has been defeated with us. And just as we were in every step affected by the world and affecting it, so was our defeat both a symptom and a cause of a wider war on meaning. A war on the crime of people searching for a supranational public sphere where they might find intimacy, exchange, communication, even quarrels, that allow a common understanding of reality and multiple dreams of alternative worlds. I'm in prison because the regime wants to make an example of us, so let us be an example, but of our own choosing. The war on meaning is not yet over in the rest of the world. Let us be an example, not a warning. Let's communicate with the world again, not to send distress signals, nor to cry over ruins or spill milk, but to draw lessons, summarize experiences, and deepen observations. May it help those struggling in the post-truth era. For me, I gained nothing from a decade of rage except for some simple lessons. Most importantly, that every step of debate and struggle in society is a chance to understand, a chance to network, a chance to dream, a chance to plan. Even if things appear simple and indisputable, and we aligned early on with one side of a struggle or abstained early from it altogether, seizing such opportunities to pursue and produce meaning remains a necessity. Without it, we will never get past defeat. I've learned that the ruling regime is just an obstacle. The real challenges are international in nature, so seizing opportunities for debate becomes even more important when the conflict relates to issues that transcend national borders. Finally, siding with the stronger party is generally not useful. The powerful need nothing from you but to parrot their propaganda. The weak often cause as much trouble as they suffer. Their arguments and discourses are often as brittle as their positions in society and their diminishing chances of safety and survival. Taking their side, therefore, even as an experiment, stimulates deeper reflection, investigation, analysis, and imagination. We were defeated, and meaning was defeated with us. But we have not perished yet, and meaning has not been killed. Perhaps as our defeat was inevitable, but the current chaos that is sweeping the world will sooner or later give birth to a new world, a world that will of course be ruled and managed by the victors, But nothing will constrain the strong, nor shape the margins of freedom and justice, nor define spaces of beauty and possibility for a common life except the weak, who clung to their defensive meaning even after defeat. That's it.
That's beautiful. So there we have a universal message from an abnormally eloquent and courageous man. We are living, as we all know, through extremely dangerous and troubling times in many ways. But the flip side is that they do throw up heroes. Not very often at Westminster where I work, but elsewhere. And we're here to celebrate, discuss, and in due course organise for a hero. Tomorrow at Westminster there's going to be a big crisis about Boris Johnson and the Sue Gray report, and we'll really be talking about the condition of our democracy and whether rules are adhered to and whether people survive or don't. I don't know what's going to happen. I do know that nobody is going to be killed because of that. And throughout all of this, there'll be a kind of quiet patting of backs about we are, in the end, when all push comes to shove, we are a proper, open, democratic society. And none of that really means anything unless we support those values around the world. And we support Nazanin and Vladimir and Ale. And that is really, really important. We still do have a system where politicians are responsive to public pressure. And I would urge everybody, first of all, to put every pressure you can, whether it's in demonstrations or writing for Ali's case. He's a very, very important voice that not just Egypt, but the rest of us, the world, cannot lose. And secondly, go and buy the book. Thank you both. Thank you all very much indeed.
Thank you very much.